Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaylin and today I wanted to do a January wrap-up video of how my no-buy year is going so far and kind of looking at the figures on my budget. Excuse the barking in the background, but the builders are still across the street and my dog just loves to bark. It's like his #1 hobby. So yeah, I really love Grace Nevitt's channel. I think I've mentioned that before, and she was like a big part of what kind of inspired me to try doing a no-buy year. And every month I found it helpful when she did like a roundup kind of thing of how her month had gone and what she'd spent and kind of broke down her budget. I'm not going to do like fancy pie charts and stuff like that, but I've just like written it out by hand. I went through my bank statements before like starting to film this video just to kind of gain some clarity on it all and see like how much I've actually spent in total and if my no-buy is like having an effect on my finances basically. So I'm not going to share like every number and stuff because I kind of want to keep that private, but I'm happy to share like certain amounts that I've spent on particular things and just kind of like giving you an idea of some percentages and stuff. So this, I can't believe it's the end of January. Like it's really weird, it's the last day of it, and I actually feel quite happy that this month is coming to a close because for me it's been quite a difficult month and I feel more hopeful about February. And maybe just because the days are starting to get brighter too, like that always puts me in a better mood. Okay, so I don't want to make this like boring and stuff for you. I just want it to be kind of like helpful and show you where I'm at. And I went through every single payment this month and added them all up, and in a way like the total kind of sounded a lot to me, but then actually when I broke it all down, then I realised that I spent 55% of our money on bills and 12% on food. I also had two kind of bigger sort of unexpected payments. One was for our car needed new brake pads and that was £238. And I didn't know that until January because we got our car checked out because of a warning light, and while they were doing like a general check on the car they found out that we needed new brake pads, so that needed to be replaced. And also my daughter started Guides, like she moved up from Brownies to Guides and she needed a uniform for it, and my younger daughter's uniform from Brownies, she's had it for years, it's falling apart and they both needed a new uniform, so that was £69, which is a lot, but I'm hoping that it will last them a long time because I bought bigger sizes on purpose so they can grow into them and it'll hopefully last a few years. In the past I have gone down the vintage route with uniforms and got second-hand ones, but the problem that I found when I did that was that the transfers seemed to come off really easily, like off the t-shirt and trousers. Maybe it was just bad luck, but I felt like it wasn't a saving overall because they very quickly kind of fell apart and they were kind of worn. So I just decided to invest in like new pieces that would last them for years. And my younger daughter still has 2 years left in Brownies, so she'll be wearing that for the rest of her time there. I went through and looked at the coffee situation on my bank statement because I wanted to see like how much, what percentage it made up basically, because I know I had about two or 3 weeks where I didn't go for coffee once, and then I feel like I went a few times because I met a friend. I went with my dad and I went into town obviously the other day and got hot chocolate, and I went for a treat coffee at one point as well, and so I added that all up, and apparently coffee was 1% of my budget for the month. And I don't know whether to think that that's high or low. Like I kind of feel like in the past when I haven't been doing a no-buy it would have been a lot like higher than that, but I guess in a way spending 1% of the monthly budget on coffee still seems like a lot. And yeah, I know I just need to not fall into the habit of going again every day, because I could feel myself. It was like I enjoyed it too much the other day when I went for hot chocolate in town and had a little like writing session by myself, and I realised I really missed that, and I love the change of environment and I just love the whole experience of going for coffee. And to me, like, it is a real treat to myself, and it's probably like my number one thing I would pick to do if somebody said to me, like, what do you want to do today? So yeah, you can let me know what you think about that. I also spent 1% on eating out because my partner, like, he's really kind, and he tends to suggest going for lunch on his days off work, and he always pays. Like, he just is very sneaky about it. Like, I will literally hold my payment card up and he will slide his under mine. It's really nice. But I decided to pay for Popeyes the other day because I feel like it was my turn and it was kind of long overdue. So he had chosen to go there, and to be honest, I wouldn't choose to go there, like, ever if it was my choice, but it's his like favourite place to eat, and it was kind of nearing the end of his week off work, so I just decided to pay for that. So that made up 1% of our budget this month. I got the unexpected refund from the holiday this month, which was like £130, and like, I had paid for it whenever I wasn't doing no buy, and we were lucky that we got a full refund for it because of the storm, so even the Airbnb fee was refunded. I put £50 into my Help to Save account, which is the maximum you can put in each month, and I worked out that I had spent £55.84 on subscriptions this month, which I don't know if that's a lot or not. You can tell me what you think, but those are things like I get Purdy and Fig cleaner, I get refills for Wild deodorant, shower gel and lip balms for me and my two daughters, but we all just share like one shower gel, for example, and then I just change the refill whenever it's empty. We tend to spread out the deliveries, so we're only getting it when we actually need it, and I will quite often skip a delivery if I don't think we need it. Other subscriptions I have are Spotify. I don't know how to get rid of that, or like, my partner has the free Spotify where it has ads and you can't skip songs, but I feel like I spend my entire life listening to music. Like, the amount of music I listen to when it shows the kind of annual wrap up of my Spotify, it's always like a crazy amount. So I feel like it's like it's basically like my number one hobby. And for me, like, paying to skip songs kind of is worth it, because I'll skip like songs, like 5 songs in like a minute, like, because I'll maybe go on my liked songs if I can't really think at the time of what album I want to listen to, and then I'll just skip past the ones I don't want to hear, and I don't know how to kind of go back to not doing that. So I feel like Spotify, I don't know how to get rid of it. I actually got rid of our Disney Plus subscription because we weren't using it at all, so I just got rid of it. We have Netflix still, and we have Prime Video because I still have Prime in place. I really don't know whether to get rid of it or not. I've given it a lot of thought and kind of gone back and forth about it, because I find Amazon, like, I don't really want to support them as a company, like, ethically, but then I also feel like if I need something, for example, for the kids for school, like, really quickly, like, it's short notice, it's like the easiest place to find it, and I can get it delivered really quickly with Prime. And I feel like if I get rid of it, it's kind of like making life a little bit more difficult for myself, although I'm trying to avoid spending on it and I haven't been buying things unnecessarily on it. It's really useful for certain things, like whenever Potato ripped up the 2 library books, I was able to find the exact same ones on Amazon and get them delivered in time so I can take them to the library this weekend to replace the ones he wrecked, so that's really useful. I was kind of surprised. I think in my mind I thought I was doing badly the last week or 2 with my no buy, but when I went through my bank statement I realised I basically saved like £600 this month by doing the no buy. I had more money coming in than going out, even with the unexpected payments of like the car needing to get fixed. And when I was writing it all out, it didn't take me that long to make a list. The only physical like item that I could find that I'd bought in the entire month that isn't a necessity, where it was the, you know, when I got the canvas because I wanted to paint on canvas, and I actually am halfway through doing a painting on canvas, so I am using it. And that to me, in a way, it's kind of an essential thing because I just use them so often, and my kids had used them up, and of course I got new ones and my kids stole 2 of them, so they just disappear very quickly in this house. That was the only like item that I actually bought this month that I didn't need to buy. I'm thinking about trying to kind of streamline my subscriptions, but at the same time, because of the products that I like using and I feel like it saves us money in other areas, I don't know what I can eliminate at the moment. I paid for one unnecessary like experience, which was a MAC, you know, the art gallery in town we love to go to, and they do the kids workshops. So basically the girls went to the workshop where they did the making dyes and then printing with it. It was a 2-hour long workshop. It was £7 each, and I basically got 2 hours of freedom while they had a wonderful time making dye and prints with it, and like printing on fabric and stuff. So I just felt like, to me, that's worth it, and I don't mind paying for experiences because it's something that stays with you after the experience is finished. I feel like we probably spend quite a lot of money on pet food because I find like our dog has quite a sensitive stomach, and we have kind of stuck with the same food we got from Jolly's for him from when he was a puppy. But I don't know what we will change him onto because he'll be 1 in March, so maybe by then we could move him onto a different food. But I'm just trying to work out if we can kind of cut back a little on the amount we spend on dog food. The girls also have a Beano subscription, so it's like £13 a month and they get a copy every week. They read it like cover to cover, and they'll reread it and take it out with them in the car, and I just feel like they get so much joy out of it. It's kind of like me and my Simple Things subscription. It's like, I feel like it's worth the money because it gives back so much. Like it isn't just like, oh, you kind of flip through the pages and walk away and that's it, it's forgotten about. It's like it kind of almost becomes like a part of your identity because you're using it so much. So let me know if you're doing a no buy as well, how your month has gone. Do you find it weird that it's the end of January? Like, I feel like it's come around quite quickly in the end. Let me know if you're kind of on track or if you have bought anything that you didn't plan to this month and how everything's kind of working out. And yeah, I will make another video soon. Thanks for joining me, and don't forget to subscribe for more content, and yeah, have a great day. Bye.